Look, they said that I couldn't do it, so I went and did it. W's only, you know I've been winning. Top of the world, the globe is spinning. If you know, I've been on a mission. Go. Okay, let's get it. Got a little time on my hands like a wristwatch. I don't got time for the brakes and the pit stop. Race through the gridlock, take it like Chris Rock. Right to the chin, still win. Heavy metals like Slipknot. Got the driving, I got tunnel vision. I just hit my stride the way I run the business. I've been making paper like I'm Dunder Mifflin. See the end game, I got one division. Look, I don't ever bother with a critic. Hit him with a chronicle of Riddick. Boom, bottle full of Ritalin. I hit him with a little bit of riddle me this, riddle me that. My bad, fell asleep at the gas. No time to wait though. Elon Musk, I'm trying to bankroll. New Tesla just cause I say so. Electric whip like Ivan Van Gogh. I just did it. W's only, you know I've been winning. Top of the world, the globe is spinning. If you know, you know.
Alright, so made it to the airport. Shuttle bus is on its way, and yeah, we're about to get on the way.
But she totally nice. Nails are blue en het toast wil ik white. Ik compie niet met jou, dat is zo voor mijn lijk. He knew it for sure, but he left with a why. Yeah, we live, but we destined to die. And you say little man, but I'm ending a lie. I'm a lie, en ik voel me net Memphis de paai. En ik jag op de coat in de scene. Moest eigenlijk rennen, we lopen misschien. En ik wil niet eens kijken, mijn ogen die zien. En ze reden niet genoeg, dat ik kopen we 10. Doof in de bean. Hier co-star. I got 5 on my name, I got no star. Come to me just to see how my shows are.
They said that I couldn't do it, so I went and did it. W's only, you know I've been winning. Top of the world, the globe is spinning. If you know, I've been on a mission. Go. Okay, let's get it.
Alright, so made it to New Zealand, and we got in around midnight last night. It's about 9 o'clock this morning, and just like last night, my throat really started to get a bit sore, so that's feeling a little bit funny now, so I'm hoping that I'll just take it easy today and have another nap and that'll clear up, but I think it's just been a really, really busy last few days with work and everything, and then trying to get ready, so that's gonna happen. So hopefully it disappears, and I'll probably switch my training around a bit so that today's just nice and easy. But anyway, here's my view. It's not too shabby at all. So yeah, we're gonna go into Taupo, the actual town, and get some groceries, but before that I'm gonna go upstairs and actually properly unpack my bike and try to put it together and make sure it's all good. So yeah.
What if I left any main horses and you tell your friends and they hold your hands, baby, never mind, never mind, never mind, never mind, never mind, never mind. What if I left any main horses and you tell your friends and they hold your hands, baby, never mind, never mind, never mind, never mind, never mind. Alright, I'm ready now, I ain't gonna fall back down, no. Alright, I'm take it on me, baby. All I ever ask, are you gonna be my lover tonight? I take it with me. What if I left any main horses and you tell your friends and they hold your hands, baby, never mind, 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 never mind. What if I left any main horses and you tell your friends and they hold your hands, baby, never mind, never mind.
Alright, so unfortunately we didn't make that flight completely in one piece. It's not changing into its biggest gear at the back, and I think because the rear derailleur has been bent just slightly, and the rear brake's rubbing, so somehow that's been hit on the flight. So I'll see what I can do now to try and fix, and otherwise I'll just try to find a bike store in Taupo and see if they can fix it for me. Alright, so you can see that the rear hanger is basically touching the wheel, but it's not even in the biggest chainring yet, so that means somehow, yeah, you can see it's just slightly bent, so I should hopefully be able to just pull that back with my hand. Let's give it a go.
yours, baby, never mind.
Alright, the hanger is all fixed, so the gears are working well, which is good. But now I just need to fix the brake rotor because that guy keeps rubbing. So find out if it's the rotor or the caliper, and hopefully I can just try to spread the caliper a bit more. So I took my bike into Evo Cycles in Taupo, and thankfully they were able to fix my bike up. The rear rotor just had a slight bend in it, so nothing too big, and they were able to just straighten it out for me. And yeah, now she's ready to roll, and I'm gonna head out for a bit of a spin the Savo, have a bit of a look around and just kind of chill a bit. I'm gonna have a nice nap the Savo, and then tomorrow we'll get into some proper training. But for now, just while she's super clean, I think you should take a second to admire how beautiful she is. Just out for an easy spin, and yeah, just more of a bit of a sightseeing touristy hour kind of easy spin before I go home and have a nap. And yeah, it's not bad. It's very pretty. Life could be worse, I guess.
To leave all of this behind, and I hope I'll find a piece of myself this time. So I run to the mountains to rest my mind. Under the tall trees I spend my time thinking, can I stay here for just a while? Leave behind all the thoughts in my mind.
Voices in my head talking loud. If I stay they will start to shout. But I need to feel the air in my lungs, dirt on my feet in the evening sun. Cause I'm not scared of the pouring rain. I run these roads just to feel the change. I leave behind all the mess I've made. Now run to the mountains, cause I'm
Alright, it's Wednesday morning, so woke up still feeling a little bit sicky, and I have, you know, when you're sick and you have those sleeps and you're just kind of tossing and turning and you're a little bit hot and then you're a little bit cold and then you have weird dreams, and then yeah, so still feeling a little bit sicky this morning, which isn't ideal, and a little bit frustrating, but yeah, I just have to listen to my body, and I'm just gonna relax as much as possible today and see how my body kind of feels, see how I feel in an hour or so, and then decide what training I'm gonna do. I'll try do a full lap of the bike, recon, so only 45k, and hopefully do some efforts in there, and then come back, relax for a little bit, and then I would really like to run the run course, and I had 6x1k at 350 planned, so like some proper intervals planned, but I think that will probably be out the window with just how I'm feeling. So today, ideal scenario given my body right now is yeah, I'll do some fairly easy training and with a few little spikes of effort in there, and hopefully get to know the course a little bit more, and then otherwise I'll just be relaxing. Try to help my body get over this little bug it's trying to fight off, and found some echinacea vitamin C tablets at the supermarket, so try and drink as much of that as I can, and Also went for a nice just little dip this morning, which was good because the water it's so nice and so cold, and it just like really helps wake you up and feels good. So that was good, and I said good a lot just then, and then yeah, otherwise just gonna relax and enjoy this view. I'm not the view, this is the view. So that's the lake through there. That's where I'm swimming. You just need to chop that tree down. Also that big white tent there, that's like the finish line. That's the finish line over there. So cool to be able to see it.
Rufus boy, let me love boy, what you know. Rufus boy, let me love boy, what you know. Rufus boy, let me love boy, what you know. Rufus boy, let me love. Caught up in my tape. Caught up in my tape. Don't care what you say to me, I'ma bite your feelings out. I miss you in the basement.
Right, so I just got back from my ride. The plan was to do a full 45k, so one lap of the bike course with some efforts. But I just got out the back of the bike course once you leave town, and it was just so windy. The crosswinds were hectic, and I felt like I'd rather live to fight another day and keep the shiny side up rather than risk that. And so then I was contemplating whether I'd ride somewhere else through town, a little bit less windy, but as I turned around, I just started to keep feeling worse and worse and worse, just like sicky wise. So I decided to bail, and I will probably have a nap now and see how I feel when I wake up, and maybe try go for a little jog. This afternoon, but definitely not ideal, but it's the situation I'm in, so got to make the best of it and just keep trusting that if my body's healthy, my legs will be there on the day. So I'm just sitting here chilling. So ended up having a 1.5 hour nap after my ride, which was good. And then yeah, pretty much since then I've just been relaxing. So it's about 3 o'clock, just after 3, and I'm sitting here listening to David Goggins' new book. And yeah, I guess I'm just sitting here trying to figure out how to best go about the next few days, and even my afternoon this afternoon. It's, yeah, I'm frustrated because I know I've put a lot of good work in, and I guess I'm nervous that I won't recover and before the race fully, and even not just that, but yeah, my preparation for the race now, with the days leading in, is definitely far from what it should be, and so it's difficult trying to, I guess, process that. And yeah, and even not even that, but like, come all the way to New Zealand, and the slightest little sniffle can lead to a subpar performance. So I guess, in my head this goes, well, yeah, this happens to pro athletes all the time. They go to races and their body, they get sick or whatever might happen, and it's just the way it is. So I'm now starting to try to look at this and go, okay, well, I'm a little bit sick. I trust that the work I've done has been good, and that I'd rather be going into this race over-rested than overtrained. So yeah, just trying to, I guess, work on my mindset now, and still get in my head that I'm going to be ready to race and stay positive and trust that I'll come good. And yeah, I'm probably going to try go for a little jog this afternoon, just because I haven't been for a run now for a few days, and I just want to remind my body what that feels like. But yeah, I've not even been for a swim now since last Sunday, so it's been 3 days or whatever. But I just, yeah, I don't want to push it too much. Yeah. I guess it's good practice. Things aren't always going to go completely your way, and so you got to figure out how to make the best of that situation. So I'm going to try figure out how to make the best of this situation. So I found myself some goodies at the chemist, and yeah, I just did a 10k run with a few efforts in there, just to kind of turn the legs over and get a bit of a puff going. It was good. I'm happy with that. I think that was a good run just to help with my mindset, and I guess, yeah, I've accepted the fact that there's a very good chance my body won't be at 100% on race day, and that's a pill that I've had to swallow. And now, okay, this is what we've got. Let's make the best of it. And now my focus is let's get my mind to 100. Let's get my mind to 100%. So that I'm prepared for war on race day. Because my mind is very much something I'm completely in control of, so there's really no excuses to not have that ready to roll. So yep, I'm going to drown some more tablets and just do some stretching now and chill out, go for another dip in the water, hopefully have a big snooze tonight, and then plan of attack tomorrow right now is wake up and go, let's do the full bike course tomorrow, and then hopefully I've got some cookies left, and my body's feeling good, and I might go do a short but solid run. And then I want to go for a swim down on the course, even though it's going to be pouring with rain. Well, who knows, hey, if this is anything like Melbourne. So yeah, that's my plan. Yeah. Get the mindset right and let's go. I'm here to rip, and I'm gonna give it a good rip, and yeah, this is what I love. Alright, it's a new day. Just been for a dip in the water. Woken up, we'll have some brekkie and then head out for a ride. Today was predicted to rain a heap, but now it's just supposed to be sunny all day, so that gives me hope for race day. So, yo.
Keeping to myself and staying out the way. Always on my lonely cause I can't change. Seeing how they talking and I'm outraged. Taking care of me, don't need a damn thing.
I've been living on an island too. I've been living on an island too. I've been living on an island too. I've been living on an island.
Yeah.
Tell me, can we
Shawty suck my then I get lost in the abyss. I'm a quiet, but I like to talk my shit. I'm off for shroom, I'm off for bean, I'm off for a whole lot of shit. You could bet I'm in my head, but you could bet I'm in your
Look, these be my sons. Without me, they be done. Where the would you get all your mobile pictures from? That's why I've been living.
Alright, so I left my GoPro back at the house, which was a poor mistake by me, but yeah, just been for a bit of a swim on the course, and it's just kind of moments like this that you go, yeah, wow, this is pretty flipping cool. Pretty hard to not be pretty super grateful. Sorry, I'm struggling to speak right now, it's pretty cold, but yeah, this is pretty incredible. So that's Mount Doom. Apparently one of those ones, Mount Doom from Lord of the Rings. That's pretty cool too. Alright, so it's Friday morning, and anyway, the biggest news story is last night I got pretty big surprise. Ruby, turns out Ruby's come, which was very, very, very nice. So Louisa filmed the little video of when I saw her, so I'll put that next. So that's pretty cute and very, very, very nice surprise. And so yeah, yesterday went pretty well. Ride, swim, went to hot springs. Yeah, nice day, feeling slightly better. And then this morning just been for a little dip, and now I'm about to go for my last little run. A few little spikes in there, got the race shoes on. Yep. And yeah, then we're gonna go drive the bike course, go do check-in, all those kind of things. Might go back to the hot springs so I can show Dad and Ruby, and maybe some more waterfalls and stuff, just some touristy stuff to show them and relax, and then yeah, eat some pizza and get ready for tomorrow. The weather has definitely come in and it's foggy and raining, and yeah, good fun, but yep, that's my little summary. So yeah, exciting times.
Carols by candlelight.
Oh yeah, it does feel like that.
It feels like that.
Till midnight is going to be the biggest party in the world on the finish line for the last ride of Mike Riley. But I say that, but in saying that, I think we'll be on FaceTime with us next year telling us what to do. So
it's Hotel California. You can check out any time you like. That you can never.
Mike Brody, what do you think about the waffle coming in every time you but it's always gone short, isn't it?
Every time, Mark, like the first time.
Gucci, 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 Goo.
I wish we could take them all over the world. Or we can organize it with kids.
Yeah. You get it? Go, Jessie! Woo! Go, Jessie!
Big Michael. And it's like,
Matty.
so the web mainstream suck your mum.
We've still got half an hour before.
Not
the
top
swim
two,
cut
top
off.
one, top one, top one. Man must have thought I was dumb. What the fuck have you lot done? All my days, all my days. Shellings. I made juice like gave me lemons.
Go,
You little fuckboys do my head in. Henry the VIII, behead him, head him, head him. Can't tell where I'm heading.
Hey, mate, well
Could be
done.
Glasgow, could be Reading. I was on the field like bedding. Dead him, dead him, dead him. Big Mike, I'm handling my weight. Big Mike, I'm standing with the grace. 1 week is blinded by your grace. Next week is bang you in your face. Oh God, they love to wind me up. But one by one, I line them up. Oh, you think you're back and try your luck. Big Mike, who's back, your time is up. Alright, check this. Man can't tell me about stretching flags. I was on my pushback, flexing drags. I'm on a distant flexing private. Them man are cool, but the rest don't flag. I'm not scared of lions, bears, lion bears. Them threats won't find us. Man's not scared of pets and spiders. Think man's scared of sex and ciphers. What? What you talking about? I'm skilled. What you talking about? I'm real. Put a fork in your mouth, I'm chill.
Well
Big
done.
man, got a house in the hill. Right there. No, I'm never on the trap and I'm never with a strap and your nigga ain't out on the field.
Alright, so the race is all done and dusted. For now, I'm really happy. It was certainly an epic day. I'm going to let it all kind of settle and give you my proper rundown in a couple days when I get home. But yeah, for now, I'm really happy. It was pretty epic. It was a really solid day, and can still hear Mike Riley in the background over the lake congratulating the Ironman finishers that are still going on. And yeah, otherwise we're going to go back to Auckland tomorrow, enjoy our last bit of New Zealand.
From a town in the East End, she says she doesn't know her feelings. Well, girl, just tell me what you're thinking. Mr. Salty Dick, I'm the good guy line. Calling out your name, he don't need a reply. Yeah.
Alright, so back in Australia, and it is Thursday. So I got back on Monday morning, and I haven't done this video yet, so I haven't put together the entire video yet. But basically, I just wanted to do a proper recap of my race, and I kind of been putting it off because I've been so busy. And right now I've just found myself some spare time because poor Pauline's sitting over there. Unfortunately, the time has come to sell my baby. She, yeah, it's sad, but I gotta pay for flights to go to Europe next year to race Challenge Roth, so oh well. Anyway, guy was supposed to be meeting me at 5 p.m. and he's just not shown. So, classic, love that, and he's not responding to my text messages. So, poor Pauline has been stood up, but it does mean I get to keep Pauline in my life for another day. So, hoping to do a trip to the Otways this weekend now. Anyway, the race. So, really, I'm stoked with how my race went. Yeah, the week, as soon as we landed in New Zealand, I started feeling crook, and really, like, I felt like I had a race before the race, and the race was how healthy could I get my body before the start line. I got really pretty crook. I was coughing and hot sweats and stuff at night, and I just felt really sick, like I needed to vomit. And so it was really hard because all of a sudden, you know, I had sessions planned and stuff to get my body ready. You know, you don't want to rest completely before a race. Lying in bed the entire week is not the perfect race prep. So it was difficult trying to find that balance between I need to get my body rested as much as possible. But then it got to the point when I was like, okay, my body's not going to be 100% healthy, so I need to get my mind ready for what's going to be for use of a better word, a fucking hard day. And yeah, get ready for war. And it was really, you know, massive thanks to Annabelle from AB Nutrition. She really helped, you know, all kinds of things like eating garlic and stuff to help get my body ready. And I did absolutely everything I could to the best of my ability to get my body ready. And I felt like that was a good challenge in itself because, you know, there's going to be so many races in the future, you know, as a professional where you rock up and you get sick. And if you can somehow still have a decent performance, then, you know, that's great. Being able to turn those races where your body's, you know, at 85% or 80% or 70% into a race where you actually still perform really competitively is a really big win. So, yeah, I just saw that as another challenge, a new challenge. And, yeah, I just really enjoyed the experience of travelling over there. I haven't raced overseas since the World Champs in France in 2019. So it was really good to travel overseas again and race and have my family there. And then massive, so I knew my dad was coming on Friday, and then massive surprise, Ruby, my girlfriend, flew over to see me, and I had no idea. So I'll put the video, probably have either put it before or we'll put it in now, when she came and surprised me. I was in crazy shock. It was really, really special. So it was nice to have her there as well to support me on the day. And yeah, it was really good. My uncle and auntie were there as well, so that was nice. And so basically I managed to get myself in a relatively good condition. Body was, morning of the race, I felt pretty good. And I think that just goes to show, you know, the power of the mind. And when you really, you know, when you tell it it's going to do something, your body's going to do something, well, it kind of has to get itself ready. You know, if you give it an out, then I think it's kind of going to take that out. So morning of the race, I felt really calm. I felt way more calm than I did in Melbourne. And I think that's, you know, just because I hadn't raced in ages before Melbourne, whereas now I was like, yeah, I know how this works. And I felt like I was really able to stay really nice and calm until right before the race, and then I started shitting bricks, as I always do. And prep went well. Swim started, and I remembered that I forgot to take my caffeine gel just before the swim, so slight bummer, but that was okay. And then I also remembered that I forgot to put for a disc wheel for a bike, there's a little converter thing so that you can pump it up, and I forgot to put that back in my bike. So if I got a flat tire while I was on my bike, I would have been screwed. So I also remembered that while I was swimming. So I did forget those two things, which was slight errors, but I guess that's what kind of happens with racing. You make mistakes, but good practice, so they won't happen again. Yeah, swim went well. Given the amount of swim, I literally did one swim the week of the race. I did 1 kilometre, one kilometre swim. So I did like no swimming because I was just trying to maximise my time, and being in the cold water as well while I was sick, I just really didn't feel like that was a good idea. So I wasn't expecting much from my swim, but I still did 29.5 minutes. So like same time as pretty much same time as I did in Melbourne. And the swim was just beautiful. You know, you're swimming in this massive lake where you can just see all the way to the bottom because it's crystal clear, and the mountains in the distance and stuff, even though it was pouring with rain and foggy as hell. it was really good. It was a good swim, and I felt like I paced it well, and I felt really determined and focused, and came out of the swim onto the bike, and my legs felt good. My bike legs felt good. I started pushing decent power, and I was like, okay, let's see where this goes. And I was actually averaging over 300 watts for the first like 20 minutes or something, and basically my all-time best 70.3 ride is 300 watts exactly. So, and given my training, like, it's been solid. It's been solid for like the last 3.5-4 months, but I've not had that like year of consistent work, which you really kind of need. And so I was aware that there was a good chance that was going to drop slightly, and so I consciously kind of brought that back, and also given the fact I'd been sick, so then I started to, I was like averaging 295 basically through the halfway point, and then overall ended up averaging like 280. So it basically got to like 65k, and it was a bike course like I've never seen before. It was just pumping with rain. You've got your visor on, so you can barely see like a meter in front of you. By the time I reached about the 50k, 60k point, I'd finished basically passing everyone, and then the only people really in front of me were professionals and 1 or 2 other age groupers. So it was such a quiet course. Like, it was epic. It was properly epic. It was a pure time trialist course, and it was a really tough course. The roads were rough. It was awesome. Yeah, it was epic, and it was such a mental battle. That last like from 65, 70k onwards was a real battle, and I loved that. It was tough as, and just the pouring rain. It just made it so much more hectic. The last thing you want is to crash, so I made sure I took my time and was super extra careful in the corners. But I was really happy with my ride. It was a great performance for me. I felt like I got absolutely everything out of my body I could on the day. Onto the run, and I started running, and my legs felt good. I was like, "Ooh, this is good," I felt like I found my rhythm really quickly, and I felt like I was good mentally. Again, I don't run with pace on my watch, so I had no idea how fast I was running. But I felt like it was decent. It was decent pace. I was doing decently. And I started to get, really just fatigued. Like, just really fatigued halfway through the run. And, that's when I've been sick all week. That's not really a surprise. And that was a real battle. Mentally, to keep fighting through that. And I'd run out of caffeine gels, and so I managed, I think it was about K9, went past a Red Bull stand and managed to get some Red Bull, and like instantly I've just felt the difference. That was so good. And basically I was really happy with my run. I felt like I squeezed absolutely everything out that I could from that run, and I paced it really well. I was flipping cooked at the end, and I'll drop a photo here of how I was real cooked. The pace was okay. Like, I did 4:19s, which is by far from not far from competitive, but far from elite, and far from what I'm capable of. But given the work, given the week's training, the week of being sick, and also my progression since Melbourne, it was only 4 weeks of training, but that's like 15 seconds, 16 that's 17 seconds per kilometre faster than my race in Melbourne. My bike ride was like, was 35, 40 watts higher than my ride in Melbourne. Like, all of this was like, my progression was massive between my race in Melbourne and New Zealand, and I was sick in New Zealand. And, it just really made, I felt like really excited, because I'm like, I didn't blow any records, but shit, that progression is so quick. And I know I can get to the front, with more consistent work over the next 6 months, and I'm really excited about that. And New Zealand was a great race because it was so hard. It was really, really tough for me. It was such a mental battle, and I felt like I just never cracked, and I really found that flow and stayed in the moment, and I gave absolutely everything mentally and physically, and that entire week as well, trying to get myself ready was really focused, and I was really happy, yeah. And I think for me as well was I found that race was probably the most emotional race I've ever done, I would say. Just with how I felt. I pushed myself so hard, and yeah, like I literally remember running past Ruby and my cousin Louisa coming around for lap 2, and I literally had water I was starting to tear up a little bit. Like, I was like, this is hurting so flipping much. And I think it was also just a lot of build up of really, coming to that finish line was like, I felt like I was back, not just back like I was in Melbourne, but like I was back and I was competitive and I was fighting. I was really fighting. And yeah, I think just given my year, and I know, everyone has their own difficulties, but I think for me, where I was earlier in the year, mentally and physically, and yeah, it was just, I felt like I've come a long way, and it felt really, really, really good to have that performance, given, I guess, the adversities that I faced that week. And yeah, I really felt Fee's presence, and yeah, I just really felt her, and I felt that she would be very proud of me and that performance, and I knew that she would be just so stoked that my whole family, we all flew to New Zealand and had that time together, and yeah, she just really would have enjoyed that, and I guess I just really felt that, and yeah, I'm really happy, and I'm excited for the next 6 months before Challenge Roth, and hoping to go race in France before, hoping to go at the end of May to do a 70.3 in France, and then go stay with my friend in London for a few weeks, and then go to Germany for Challenge Roth, and then hopefully have a couple weeks just traveling in Europe with Ruby. And yeah, I'm just really excited for the work ahead, because it's going to be difficult, but I know I can get there, and I feel like this progression has shown that. People may look at my times and go, that's nothing really that special, but if you have a look at where I've come from and my history, and if you have a look at where I've gotten to, then yeah, I'm excited, because I know I'm so much smarter, and yeah, I guess I know where I can reach, and it was a really good trip. I just felt like New Zealand was an amazing place. The people were amazing. It's by far the most supportive race I've ever been to. And New Zealand's just such an amazing country. I feel like their connection to the land is really special, and the magnitude of the place, just, you can't really you just can't really deny how amazing the magnitude of the place is, and I really feel like that puts you in a special place, and yeah, feels very spiritual. Anyway, that's my trip to New Zealand. I hope that you've enjoyed. Don't really know what the video is going to look like yet, because I've not put it together, but hopefully it's not too gigantically long, and you've been able to get through this, and you've listened to me talk for the last however long I've been talking. And yeah, hopefully my next video will be some kind of epic training video, or maybe a trip to the Otways on Pauline. Damn, she looks sexy. Oh yeah, baby. Alright, have a good one, guys. Yo.